What's up, everybody? Welcome to Normieville.
Well, we call you normies.
Let's talk more about Undisputed, shall we? The show on FS1 that was made famous by one Skip Bayless and specifically Shannon Sharpe. You know, he left after the NBA Finals and all the upcoming events that led to that, okay? Well, since then, they've been trying to find hosts for the show to relaunch it on, I believe, August the 28th. That's the date that Skip Bayless put on his Twitter account that he has announced that they're going to relaunch the show. Well, again, in between there, the 28th of August and when Shannon Sharpe left, they have been scrambling to find a permanent host for the show to accompany Skip Bayless. Well, as I announced yesterday, they found a likely adversary in Richard Sherman. We all know what happened with Richard Sherman in the past in 2013 on First Take alongside Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. You understand what happened there. Well, there are some more names that have been entered into the fray now, or entered into the show. And I believe the format, they're going to have this whole revolving thing going on just like they do on First Take. But anyway, as you can see on the picture, the lovely Rachel Nichols. Yes. We'll get into some other stuff about her and the controversy she had leaving ESPN in a second. But this is actually some good news in my opinion. As you can see here from Bleacher Report, Rachel Nichols to join Undisputed. Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson also linked. Well, if they're able to get Michael Irvin, if they're able to get the playmaker on there, that would be a very explosive dynamic, a good personality on the show. Now, Michael Irvin is currently on suspension, but they're going to try to get him too. But Rachel Nichols, I didn't see that one coming, but let's read. FS1's Undisputed is getting a major overhaul. The program will bring in a rotating host of analysts to replace Shannon Sharpe, who left earlier this summer, with former ESPN host Rachel Nichols. Among them, sources told John Oran of the Sports Business Journal. Again, like I said, the format, which a lot of people have kind of already assumed this is going to happen, they're going to have a revolving host to come on the show, depending on what season it is, whether it's talking about basketball or football or just general sports, like, whatever. They're going to have a revolving host come on. Just the same thing they do with First Take, where it's pretty much Stephen A. Smith and everybody else. Well, Undisputed is pretty much going to be Skip and whoever's on the show that day, right? She'll reportedly join Richard Sherman and Lil Wayne as panelists opposite mainstay Skip Bayless starting on August 28th, while the program is also considering Michael Irvin or Keyshawn Johnson as an analyst. Again, both those guys are good. They're veteran football players, and they have been on TV before on ESPN and other shows speaking on football. And I believe they're very good at being an analyst. So I hope they get Mike Irvin. That would be great. But he's got some legal battles going on. You all already know about that. Additionally, the network plans to add a well-known NBA-focused analyst as the league's season gets underway, sources added. Now, you know what? Wouldn't it be kind of crazy if they went and grabbed Jalen Rose? Like somebody else that came from ESPN, they got fired because of all the budget cuts, because people are not watching them no more, and they just move over to Fox. Wouldn't that be something? Just a thought. Whoever the NBA person is going to be somebody that came from ESPN, I guarantee it. And it's going to be a big name too. Nichols, 49, has worked for the Washington Post, ESPN, and CNN, and Turner Sports during her career. In her last stint with ESPN, she served as host of The Jump between 2016 and 2021 before she was removed from the program and was replaced by NBA Today. Nichols was removed amid controversy. Private comments she made complaining about being replaced as ESPN's host for its NBA coverage of the 2020 NBA Finals by Maria Taylor were leaked publicly in 2021, with Nichols suggesting ESPN was attempting to make up for its poor record on diversity by giving her role to Taylor, a black woman. I'm not going to read the quote, but in my opinion, I believe that's true. Unfortunately, there was some controversy and some scandal going on because people say she was recorded. The conversation was somehow recorded, and then Maria Taylor leaked it, or somebody leaked it on purpose to kind of jam Nichols up, and subsequently she got fired from it. And she actually got sued them and got a settlement from it, if I'm not mistaken. But Maria Taylor taking her job, and of course, you know, they brought in Malika Andrews and all that. It's been bad ever since. Nobody wants Malika Andrews specifically. And Maria Taylor, I mean, she's okay, but in my opinion, from a professional perspective, Rachel Nichols was better. Right now, I believe Malika and Maria was brought on for diversity. I don't believe anybody can dispute that. Now, whether you want to talk about their professional attributes or if they're better than Rachel or not, well, that's up to interpretation and whatever you want to say about that. But personally, in my opinion, Rachel was better, and those other two were brought on specifically because they wanted more black women on the network. All right, and of course, Rachel Nichols was collateral damage, if you know what I mean. And the whole scandal thing just made it easier for them to let her go. Irvin, 57, has not made any appearances on ESPN or NFL Network since he was accused of making lewd comments to a female hotel worker in February. Stephen A. Smith has spoken publicly about wanting Irvin back on First Take. However, quote, I've spoken on behalf of Michael Irvin by way of simply stating that I want him back on First Take, barring any unforeseen evidence, he said on his podcast in July. I believe I covered that. Johnson, 51, was among the massive round of layoffs amid an on-air talent at ESPN in June. Johnson had been co-hosting the morning show for ESPN alongside Max Kellerman and Jay Williams. I believe that show was called Jay, Will, and Max. And, well, Max got the axe. Jay's still there, but Jay and Keyshawn got cut, and the rest is history. So there are a lot of cuts that have been going on. I think the latest round was Van Gundy and what was the other guy's name? He was a former coach. Mark Jackson, he just got the axe a little while ago too. So, I mean, ESPN is a sinking ship. A lot of people, I think FS1 took over the top spot for sports commentary and things of that nature. I believe I covered that as well. And so, as what happens usually, people come from ESPN, they go over to FS1, or they end up getting their own podcast. So, I believe that's what's going to happen there. We'll see what happens because they still need an NBA host for the show. They still got a little bit of time because of the fact that the NBA season is over, but it's fastly approaching. Things of that nature, preseason, all that kind of stuff, the draft maybe and all that. So they're going to find one soon, but I believe they got a little buffer, a little time there for the NBA. In any case, NFL's already here. Preseason started last week. They got to get the show started because the regular season will be here before you know it. And we want to get back to watching sports commentary, good sports commentary without all of the wokeness, if you will. All right. So thank you. Oh, by the way, Rachel Nichols, she was also a sight for sore eyes. She was also a sight for sore eyes, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm just saying, when she was on the basketball court commentating and doing the halftime shows and stuff like that, doing her commentary, I was like, okay, yeah. Then they brought Maria Taylor and they brought freaking, what's her name? Malika Andrews, and everything just went to crap.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Oh, well. Thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just a normie here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about this new edition and possible additions to FS1's Undisputed down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.